Hello, 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 everyone. Oh boy, I'm a little bit, that's a little better. Okay. Welcome to episode 7 of Practicality and Magic. I am Michelle Snelling, intuitive medium and aromatherapist, and I am joined by the lovely Leslie Hoffman today, also a psychic medium. Lisa Gunshore was supposed to be here, but life happens. And so Lisa couldn't join us today, but we'll be back next Wednesday with the three of us. So I cannot wait. So if you are here and you are joining us live, please say hi and let us know. And I'm joining this conversation. So Leslie, how are you on this beautiful Wednesday?
I am excellent. Thank you so very much. The skies are blue with a little bit of clouds and it's a low 80 degrees. So I'm going to soak it up as much as I can before the humidity just goes like crazy.
So it's supposed to get humid there?
We're usually at this time of the year here in Florida, we're usually at about 79, 80 some odd percent humidity. So even if the temperature goes down, the humidity's high. So it's kind of like being in a fog, you know?
Yeah. That sounds heavenly to me, though.
What?
It sounds heavenly to me.
Well, I tell you what, we had one day last week. I think it was last week. It's all such a blur right now. And it was actually 72 degrees and like 62% humidity. And I'm like, I sat on the balcony all afternoon because I'm going to suck this up while I've got it because tomorrow it's over.
Yes. Well, I get it. And yesterday I was out in my front yard. We have this little area where we've got a bench and a chair, and it was the perfect spot. The sun was just right on me as I sat in the chair. I could see the gorgeous, I have a tree in my front yard that hasn't really lost leaves yet. And it's just the most brilliant red and gold. It is just combination is just gorgeous. So I sat out there yesterday just soaking that in. So, we got to take it where we can get it, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we do have trees that change colors here in Central Florida, but this time of year, except for the last 2 unusual years, I've been in New England all the way through like mid-November. So I was able to, just soak up the beauty of the change and of the season, everything. And that is one thing I find myself missing. I don't miss the cold, but I do find myself missing just being surrounded by all the beautiful colors, not only in the trees, but all over the ground. You know,
Yeah.
I love to, when I walk, I would love to just shuffle through them and kick those leaves up and go and act like that little 5-year-old, when nobody's looking.
Yes, exactly. Oh yeah, there is such a magic of the crunch of the leaves as you're walking. It just feels so good.
Yeah.
So I want to say hi to everybody who's joining us and has commented. Everybody hasn't commented, so let us know if you're here. So hi Eve, welcome. Hi KTL. She's in Vegas and it's 75 there today. Oof, beautiful. Not humid in Vegas, I can guarantee that. Hi Lily. And
Hello,
hi
everyone.
Oh, Eve says it's let's see. Eve says rain, rain, rain here in Vancouver, which has knocked off all the beautiful leaves. Oh, I bet. Yep. That's what happens. That rain and that wind comes and it just goes, doesn't it? Oh, I love this. KTL says she got to go to Georgetown one fall and it rained. Yellow leaves all over me. Oh,
That is
that gives me
awesome.
goosebumps thinking. I love that. And hi, Sammy. Welcome. Okay, so today it's Wednesday. I love Wednesday. It's a hump day. And, Wednesday is, I've been feeling really called to. Sorry, there was just something floating and I just had so that was weird. I was like, left my body for a second. But anyway, I have been really aware and noticing the days of the week lately and like, what rules them, the different planets and things like that. And so Wednesday is all about communication. So, it's Mercury. So I love that we're doing this show today on Mercury because this type of communication that we do, Leslie, is really special. You know,
Yeah.
people say, "Oh, your gift and this gift," and I kind of go, "Oof," when people say that, because I don't like to necessarily think about it as a gift, because I do believe that we can all communicate with
Right.
spirit and in the different ways, but it really is a gift to be able to do this work.
Yeah. Yeah. I completely understand when you talk about the word gift, because it almost has like a connotation that we got something that extra that somebody else didn't get,
Yes. Yes.
right?
Exactly.
And I mean, okay, so not everyone can have the ability or can figure out how or can even try to be taught and they just don't get it because hey, I couldn't algebra, no. I no matter how much it was no, I can't get it. I won't get it. I refuse to get it. All
Yeah.
right.
Mhm.
So everybody has the ability to connect with something, whether it's their gut, their own intuition, whispers, whatever it is. But I'll be the first one to acknowledge for everybody, if you're feeling like I could never do that or this or that, there are something that you can do. You may not be able to talk to spirit that's crossed over on the other side like we have for some reason. Only the universe knows why. We were able to connect to the ability to raise our vibration up enough to meet them in the middle,
Yep.
and so whether it's a gift or whether it's just something presented to us, and that's kind of how I like to say it, it's like we just happen to be in a certain line we had no clue about, and it was just open the door, put it in our hand, close the door, and say see ya.
Yeah. Good
Figure
luck.
it out.
Yes. And I always think of it because I always say that I think we are all, like, we're all connected just
Yeah.
in different ways. And it's like that old fashioned radio in the car,
Yep.
the old dial radios. Some of us are in the fuzz, some of us are kind of in the fuzz, kind of dialed in, and some of us are dialed in
Mhm.
different ways. Like, I connect with the spiritual realm, people who've passed, some ascended masters. I've been connecting with Mother Mary like crazy over the
Yeah.
last 8 months, which is just phenomenal for me. I don't know that I channel. I have people tell me all the time, "Oh, you channel." Okay, but I don't recognize it as that yet, or I my eyes aren't open to that yet, or my heart, whatever the possibility. And so, I not that I don't think I can. I don't know. It
Yeah.
hasn't opened itself in the way that I've seen it yet. So, I think we can learn. It is a muscle,
Mhm.
this connective muscle that we have. It's something that we need to work on and practice. And I think we
Yeah.
can all do it. Um,
I'm seeing that KT said you said it, you refuse to get it. And I'm absolutely, I refuse to get it. I have no qualms about saying that at all.
yeah,
There's just some things that when you're presented with them, you're like, yeah, no,
yeah.
no.
Well, we
And
always joke,
algebra is one of them.
yeah, we always joke in my house because my husband is a civil engineer. And so very, very, what is that, left brain? And
Hmm.
I'm like all woo woo. And, I was an English and a sociology major. So I'm like right brain. And yet I was in calculus in high school. I was in
Yeah.
like advanced calculus. And we always laugh. Like, he's like, how? I'm like, I have no idea. And could I do any calculus today? Hell no. But I was in calculus in high school. So, wonders never cease. But it is Wednesday, and I love some Wednesday wisdom. So, Leslie, do you have any Wednesday wisdom that you would like to share with the group?
Well, I just want to address something that you said, and this is at Wednesday wisdom too. I would imagine it would apply. Is you said that you're not sure, you don't think, but you're not sure that you channel.
Mm-hmm.
Now, channel can have a whole lot of connotations to it.
Yeah.
So think about that, because when people say, "Oh, I don't do this or I can't do that," It just may be you have a little bit different way to do it than the quote unquote things that you see on a TV screen
Yes.
or a video or something, and there's so many different ways to channel. And it's like, what really is channeling?
Yes. Yes.
Is it another voice coming through you? Could be. Is it someone else's thoughts, universal imagery, energies coming through? The fact that you're letting it come out of your mouth, that's a form of channel.
Absolutely.
I channel angels, and I channel a universal energy along with talking
Yes.
to dead people.
Yep.
And I've recently been able to learn a new couple of tools for my toolbox to be able to channel uh, energy within the body for healing.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it's all different kinds of things. So, girlfriend, I would say that you channel, and you channel with the best of them.
Well, thanks, Les. I love that. And you're right. And it is, it's like that boy, is this not a Wednesday wisdom gym, if ever there was one? But comparison is the thief of joy. And I think that where I get stuck, my human, right, is that I'm comparing my idea of channeling with how other people channel. And,
Right.
So I just need to be open to it. So guys, I'm going to keep you all posted. I'm going to work on this channeling. There was an incredible, Lisa Gunshore, the Buddhist biohacker, had this amazing conference that she hosted it was 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, last weekend. And it was the Quantum Feminine conference, moving into the quantum feminine. And one of the speakers, Victoria Jane, did a presentation on channeling, and I missed it. So it's on my list. I've got like 3 presentations that I wasn't able to be live for that I'm going to watch tomorrow and Friday. So that's one of them. So I'll report back to everybody and let you know how that goes after I sit through, after I engage in Victoria Jane's channeling presentation. So we'll see. And I've got to say, here is Sammy saying Mother Mary and Archangel Michael show up together often for her. And I love that, Sammy, because same thing, like Archangel Michael has been so present for me also. I'm not sure when it was sometime in the spring, maybe March. I don't know. Haven't been to church in a long time. I was raised Catholic. I was practicing Catholic up until about maybe 8 years ago. I mean, like regular every Sunday. And then at this time, my mom that had severe dementia was living part-time with me, part-time with my sister. I had 2 young children. And it was a Sunday that I had my mom. We had to be to mass at 9, which meant that I had to get up at like God knows what time and, get everybody ready, get to mass. And the priest, and this is total judgment on my part, I admit it wholeheartedly. The priest stood up there and was telling us that no matter what we did, we were never going to be good enough in God's eyes. We would never quite reach that goal of, being good. And I just thought, are you effing kidding me, was what I thought.
Yeah, where's the door?
Yeah. And I sat there calmly through the whole thing. And then we got out into the car and I looked at my husband and I said, just letting you know, I will not be returning. And he said, what? And I said, how dare he tell me, anybody in that church, that no matter what I do, we will never be good enough. I don't believe that for 1 second. And I'm not going to sit there and be told that. And I just said, I'm not going back for a while. And it's been a long while, but in spring at some point, it was one Sunday morning and I got up and I felt like, gosh, for some reason, I really want to go to church today. And isn't that interesting? And then Jeff said to me, this is so weird, but I feel like I want to go to church. And I started laughing. I'm like, oh my gosh, we're so in sync. So we went to church and we sat right, the part of the church that we sat in has these gorgeous stained glass insets windows all along the side of the church. And we just happened to sit by Archangel Michael and Mary. And I was just like, oh my gosh, this is just so perfect
Yeah.
and beautiful. And I love them together because Mary's all about compassion and acceptance for me. Those are always the messages of Mary. And then Archangel Michael's just protection,
Right.
protection and cord cutting and all those wonderful things that we have. So before I get to my Wednesday wisdom, I want to invite everybody to share this. Let your friends know that we're on here because Leslie and I are going to be doing live mediumship readings for you guys and for your friends. So invite. Let's fill this place up and let's read, connect, and do this. So my Wednesday wisdom is about embracing fall, this season of fall, and really looking to nature for ease and flow and the rhythm of life that we are being called to be in. And this season is all about letting go, cleaning up, letting go of everything that no longer serves us and embracing change. And I have named this fall season as the season of alchemy, the time for all of us to connect to the alchemist within. And we can't do that if we're not willing to let go of some crap and embrace change. So that's my Wednesday wisdom for you. So what does everybody have to say about that? So, okay, so Eve wants to know, I would love to know what message my mother has for me. KTL, you have to watch Victoria. It was kind of funny as she was teaching the steps, her spirit guides kept coming in and she had to send them away. Oh, I love that. I can't wait to see that. So,
and it's the season. It's the season. I just wanted to add to the fall is that I did this post on Facebook the other day. And if you notice, the first two letters of November is NO. No.
Yes.
Say no to what no longer serves you. Say no to the negative energies that are constantly pulling at you. Say no to those people that always take, and never give back when you're in need.
Yeah.
Just learn to say no and learn that the word no can actually be a complete sentence with no explanation required. If you're brave enough.
If you're brave enough.
Get your brave on.
Yeah, get your brave on. Pull those big girl and big boy panties up and get your brave on. And I love that, Les, because that is one of the biggest patterns that I have had that I've really worked on moving through and moving the energy of is the people pleasing. And I think that as healers, it's a challenge to be in that space of, because we know we can help people. We know how much we can help. It's hard to put a boundary on when that's available or how that's available or whatever. And it can really, really do some damage. I mean, we know lots of healers that have, left this planet early, left this physical realm early because they didn't have great boundaries. So that's super important to for everybody. No is a complete sentence. Boy, Leslie J. Hoffman is a genius. He's
I have my moments.
Wise. So wise. So
I have my moments.
Yeah, lots of moments. So let's see what Lisa. Hi, Lisa. I didn't say hi to you. Yes, I release those things that no longer serve me for my best and highest good. If that is not like the perfect prayer right there, all in a nutshell, it's just wonderful.
She is my sister from another mother.
Yes, I know.
Hey, Lisa.
And KTL says, I have friends who are farmers in Canada. They truly believe that we need to listen and tune into nature and the seasons. Fall is shedding the old, winter is going into the inner self and becoming dormant. Exactly. And the thing that is so important about fall that we want to bring in this lesson is that you got to clean up. You've got to clean it up. You've got to clean up that garden. You've got to clean up those flower beds. You've got to prune and deadhead and trim in preparation for the winter, in preparation for going into your inner self and getting still and quiet. If there's too much clutter, if there's too much emotional clutter, you won't hear what you need to hear. You won't connect to the parts of you that are wanting to connect with you.
Right.
So fall is a beautiful time of year.
That's
And
true. And it's so important what you just said, Michelle. So important that we need to clean it up, get prepared. Because think about it, if you don't clean up what has already been there, and then you get the wet leaves and the dirt and the pine needles and everything, you don't end up with mulch that's a fertilizer. You end up with mold and fungus
and toxic junk.
Exactly.
Yep.
And we're not talking about the junk that a lotus blossom grows. We're talking about the stuff that turns black and slimy and stinks.
Yeah.
Right?
And the bottom line is we are energy, all of us. We are energy from start to finish. And because of that, all of that emotional clutter affects us on all levels. So if we don't clean it up, it comes out in the physical. Some way, somehow, it will show up in the physical. So we want to be very careful about that, and we want to be mindful. And it's just essential to clean up. We just have to. I know for me, when I'm in the midst of physical clutter, I can't settle. Like
chaos.
It's chaos. And there is a beautiful, Lisa talked about that a lot during the her parts of the Divine Feminine conference, about the feminine is all about the chaos, right? The chaos in the world, the chaos that created things that didn't allow Lisa to be here today, right? That's part of life. And it's the receiving and the softening into that instead of the resisting that the feminine calls us to. But chaos that we create, we got to clean that up, because that just makes for more chaos, and we can't be organized. We're not productive in that space. So clean up. And I have to I'm going to get back to the other comments, but I have to just say, I spoke with Eve yesterday and I recommended a trash journal. Now I'm going to tell everybody what this is, okay? Because this is transformation. It's so transformative and so, it's such an incredible practice. So I have this beautiful journal right here, okay? It says, live the life you love, okay?
I love that.
A trash journal. This is not a trash journal. This is a beautiful, I'm going to get inside. I'm going to journal about some prompts I have and things like that. This is not a trash journal. This cheapo little trash, this cheapo composition notebook from Walmart that's 25 cents. This is a trash journal, okay? And I take that, and when I'm upset and I'm angry, I go to my trash journal and I write, and I get it all out, and it's ugly. It's ugly stuff. It's stuff that are, things, emotions that are heavy, and anger and frustration and just, all the stuff. And I go in there and I write. And then when I'm done, I close it. And just like the trash that we throw away, it's not for us to go through later unless we've lost something. But we don't want to we don't want to grab our trash journal and start rereading it. That's not what this is about. We're taking out the trash.
No dumpster diving?
No dumpster diving. No, you leave it there.
Yeah.
Okay. And and then I always go to my beautiful journal and write something that I'm grateful for. Okay. And when you're dumping in your journal, your trash journal, you'll know when you're done. You'll feel it. You'll feel the release. You'll feel the lightning. But it is important. There is something magical about pen in hand on paper. It moves so much. So I highly recommend it. Everybody get a trash journal and then let me know how it goes. Let's see. Sammy says, totally agree with the fall season and letting things go. It's so difficult. Yes, you are literal. I mean, Sammy, we're all literal. So Les, Do you have any recommendations about that?
On letting go, what you were
How to
just
do
saying
it.
is when
How to do it.
on how to do it.
Yeah, that's what Sammy said. I'd love to hear
Well,
your thoughts on how to quote let things go.
right, right. One of the biggest, most important things is that, besides the quintessential, you have to breathe. You
Yes,
can't hold your
absolutely.
breath because that slows down every process in your body, mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually if you're not breathing. You
Absolutely. All
you
of it.
have to breathe, and then you have to quiet. You have to get yourself quiet. You have to get yourself grounded. And I mean, and that is such a cliche, get yourself grounded, but you have to get yourself grounded. You have to feel like you're almost sinking into Mother Earth, because if you don't get yourself grounded, then the external forces are continue to roll around you, including underneath you, like you're in a bubble, and you're just going to go floating away. So get yourself grounded, start yourself breathing, and breathing will help get you grounded. And you have to go inside, you have to quiet, you have to center. Because if you have so much extraneous noise coming at you, you can't hear.
Mhm.
And if you have so now like my brain never stops, just never shuts up. Now I always blame spirit for that, but that's an unfair thing, because it's just my brain just never really stops. I can get it to slow, but I can't get it to stop. So all these people that think, well, I can't slow you can, and it's okay if your brain doesn't stop.
Yeah.
That's its way of dealing,
Yep.
right? But if you can't get yourself quiet to be able to talk to yourself, you'll never hear what you really need to let go of.
Absolutely. Unless you're more wisdom from the fabulous Leslie Hoffman. I mean, so much wisdom in that about it. Like you've got to ground, right?
Right.
And like that's the beginning of it all. And then you have to allow yourself to meet your practice where you're at. Like when we're trying to force ourselves into a practice, doesn't work. It never works, and it leads to frustration. It
Mm-hmm.
actually pushes you from the connection.
Right.
I used to have this women's group. We met every Monday, and I hosted it at my house, and we meditated and did whatever we wanted to do. And every week, you know, we would do these meditations, and when we were done, some of the, everybody would kind of, if they wanted to share, they would share. And like, oh my God, some women would astral travel and some would like feel like they were levitating. And I'm like, not me, and I always felt like the dunce of the group.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, no, I
Right.
cannot put all that pressure on my meditation practice and on myself. I've got to meet myself exactly where I am,
Yeah.
and not try to create something that's not there, right?
Well, I'm looking down, and KTL says I can't shut my brain off. Ideas flooding all the time, working on it though. So let me give you permission to not worry about not being able to shut your brain off. You are who you are, and it works however it's going to work for you. And so give yourself the grace and permission that if your brain doesn't shut off, that's okay.
Yep.
That's okay. You don't have to work on it. You just have to absorb it and know that it will work out the way it's supposed to work out. Now, does that mean to say don't put effort? No, not at all. We all have, like Michelle said, everything is a muscle. Our brain is a muscle. Our subconscious is everything's a muscle. So work on it, but don't worry about it.
Mm-hmm.
And here, Michelle, you're like, everybody's doing all this woo-woo stuff in your meditations. I will never forget when I was doing mediumship development courses. I mean, I've done this since I was a kid, but you got to learn to take this much and hone it down, right? And so I got talked into going to a channeling class. And I'm like, okay. And I walked in, I'm like, I don't know why I'm here, and so the first thing was, go set yourself down, get yourself grounded, start writing. And I wrote like 3 words. And everybody was writing page after page after page. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, I am such in the wrong place. I don't know what they're writing. I don't know what they're doing. I don't get it. And then I said something to the instructor and I'm like, I don't really know if I belong here. And she looked at me and she smiled and she had the wisdom and she said, yes, you do. Don't give up. 2 words led to 4 words. A couple weeks later led to a page. A month later, my mouth opened up and it was like, excuse my language, but I call it channel vomiting.
Yeah.
It just, channels just started pouring out. And as soon as they poured out, then I could sit and I would write like 20 pages for someone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So,
Trust.
1 word, 2 words, 1 minute, 3 minutes, 1 minute of meditation leads into 5, which leads into 10, which may be 15. Those people that can sit for a half an hour, more power to you. Girlfriend, 15 minutes, I'm fidgeting.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm fidgeting.
And it depends on the day. Some days I can do longer. Some days I'm lucky if I can do like 2 minutes. It's just energy. And it's important that we meet ourselves where we're at instead of trying to force it. That's like the biggest amount of wisdom I can give today. Sammy, one more thing I want to add, because I'm pretty literal too, even though I'm woo-woo, I'm pretty literal. So when I'm thinking about letting go, I literally see, like, I visualize whatever it is I want to let go. Maybe it's a person, a situation with a person. I'll visualize a person. And then I literally visualize myself sitting with my palms open, like I'm letting it go. And I just say, here you go.
Giving it up.
Spirit, God, Mary, Archangel Michael, my neighbor, whoever. Here you go. Take it. I don't want it anymore. And I literally open my hands to let it go.
Mm-hmm.
Because that is it's very symbolic, and it does something for us, because we're often like this with situations that we're resisting letting going of, right? And when we can just do this, it just opens us. Like, everybody do this. Like, clench your fists and feel what you feel like. Close your eyes and feel it. And then open your hands and you can just feel it. It's like your whole heart opens. It can't not, right?
Yep.
So try that.
Well, I had that situation a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
I had a situation that completely freaked me out, completely shut me down, scared me the bejesus out of me. And I was like this, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? What am I going to do? And it just got worse and worse and worse. And finally, I just went, you know what? The heck with it. And I went out and I sat on my balcony and I felt the cool breeze and I felt the sun. And I said, you know what? Everybody upstairs that can help me, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Uriel, anybody and everybody can help me. Just take this situation and blow it away for the greater good. And as soon as I did that, I was okay. And now I don't care. Yeah. I don't care. I was just noticing before it rolls up. Eve says, when her brain brings up thoughts, I send them down the river, which what I actually do is when I'm having a hard time getting into the meditative state because all the thoughts, I have 2 things that I can do. The first thing I do is I visualize. I'm always sitting like this. I'm so literal also. So if I'm sitting like this and over to the side, I visualize like a chest of drawers with huge drawers. And if something just won't leave, even if I open up a drawer and I dump it in the drawer and I slam the drawer. Yeah. Now, many times that drawer opens back up and it pops back out. Yes. So my plan B is I open up the closet, throw it in the closet, slam the door and lock it. And that usually works. Plan B.
I love that. Well, we got to do whatever. And so the point of this is try. Just keep trying. Practice. It's practice. It's that muscle, working that muscle and finding out what works. And then I want to be really clear about this. It isn't always one way. That's why we have toolkits that have so many tools in them, because sometimes this doesn't work for me. Sometimes I have to, sometimes, I'm like Eve, I see stuff floating on the water too. Sometimes that doesn't work. I haven't tried the closet. That's now in my toolkit. I'm going to try that. But, I have to find what works in the moment. And I just, because I'm who I am, I'm also, not only am I a medium, but I'm an aromatherapist. So I have to let everybody know that there are two blends that I use continually for this toilet brain and for this human clenching. And the first one is my air blend, which is all about the element of air. And the air element controls our thoughts. So, when the thoughts are heavy, like deep, dark rain clouds, and they're just sitting there and they're heavy and they won't move, air gets them moving and flowing and they become fluffy. And that's what we want. We want our thoughts to be like fluffy summer clouds that are there. They're light and airy and they move and they flow, not those heavy sucked in rain clouds. So air helps with that. And then water. Water is beautiful because it's usually our emotions that lock our thoughts in. And we don't want to let go of those emotions and we don't know what to do with them. So water helps us to be in flow. And it also helps when we've got stuff that we don't want to deal with, which also makes when we've got emotions that we don't want to deal with and we're like, nope, nope, pushing them away, that makes our thoughts even more about the situation. So I'm going to put my website in here in case anybody wants those.
And while you're doing that, I'm going to give you another plug.
Oh,
because every single morning when I come into my office, I do my meditation, get ready for my day. And I always, no matter what I feel like I need that day, I use whatever I need that day, but I always use balance.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as I walk in and I open up my blinds and I open up my chest and I say, thank you for allowing me to be here today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I spray balance and then I roll some soothe right on my chest.
I love
right?
it. Yeah.
And then I do this, I do peace at night and I do water, but also I do water and I say, I call it snorting. Michelle knows I hold her bottles up and I go, and so I snort it in and I say, I allow myself to flow like a beautiful, calm stream, both thought, emotion, and body.
Oh, I love that.
And then at night to ground it in for the night, for the morning, I breathe in peace. And as I breathe it in, I say, I breathe in peace. I breathe out peace. I give peace. I am peace.
Oh, less.
So so there's your peace.
For me.
There's your peace. There's your water. There's your balance. There's your soothe.
Yes. And yeah, I mean, I love that. All of those. And you guys, my site is still on sale through today. Everything's 22% off. Celebrating my birthday, still my birthday month, the 22nd of October. I extended it because I was out of town all last week for a funeral and I couldn't fulfill any orders. So it's all on
I got my order in.
Yes, Les did. Les did. Thank you, Les. So I want to get a couple of these comments and then people, if you want a reading, please put it in the comments. I know some of you have, but if you'll put it again so that we've got them all together and then we'll get to the reading. So we've got to see what MJ says. Learning to just be maybe the hardest challenge of all, and learning to be with me is something that I find very difficult to do, working on it. Oh, MJ, is that not the truth? It is a challenge. And to be with ourselves, the whole of ourselves, is not an easy thing because, there's a lot of us that don't like parts of us, right? And that aren't proud of them or we just don't love it. And so it is hard. But the more that we can learn to embrace all of us is the better we are. And that's Mother Mary has helped me with that more than anything. Just that compassion for everything all around. So I love that. And MJ, it just gets easier. That's all I can say.
Yeah. And you have to remember that we're a product of what we know. And we're a product of what we were taught just by observance when we were children.
Yes.
And, and so that's a lot of the reason we don't like to listen to ourselves as well as because how did they listen to us? Did they take us seriously, or were we just something to push to the side? In my situation, and I've said this many times, so it's no secret. I used to hear the phrase, we don't need what you have to say, little girl. We don't need to hear what you have to say. So I zipped and didn't talk and even to this day, I'm very quiet, but I've been able to turn it from people not wanting to hear what I've said to sitting in the back and observing and listening and learning.
Yeah.
So I was able to push it forward into another. There's the silver lining. Always find your silver linings.
Yep.
Even in all the trauma, find your silver linings.
Yep. All of those shadow parts have a light part. It's just the truth of it. We just have to be able to identify it and then turn it into a positive, like you said. How beautiful that you were able to find that part that said, you don't have anything worthy to contribute to. Oh, I'm the skilled observer.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Which is what we all, that really is, to me, the purpose, part of our purpose.
And I tell you what, if I had a bubble over my head with my thoughts when I'm observing, I would be in so much trouble. So much trouble.
All right. So we've got
hi, Joellen.
Yes. Hi, Joellen. We've got Sammy, Lily, KTL, and Joellen so far that want a reading. I know there's more of you on here. Come on. Don't be shy. We want to read for you guys. And it doesn't have to be a mediumship reading. If you're not comfortable with that, you just say, we can do cards. Oh, look what deck I brought, Les.
Boom, baby, boom.
I love it. All right. So Les, who do you want to take? Let's pick. You pick two and I'll pick two. You pick two and then I'll do the other two. So
okay, so
Sammy, Lily.
Let me go ahead and do this really quickly. And I know I'm throwing a monkey wrench in the works, but I've had this little boy with me since 2:00. Okay. And he's been like jumping up and down and going absolutely nuts and absolutely crazy. And I want to say his name is Tom or Tommy or Thomas. He feels like he's elementary school, whatever that might mean. And he talks about he's with his grandma, but he can't say grandma very well. So it's kind of like grandmama. So I don't know if that's like another phrase that he uses and I'm not quite catching it, because sometimes when they say names, it's like they're going 50 miles an hour down the highway and they're yelling it out, So I'm just going to throw that out there. So if anybody can think of a elementary school child that's passed, a young boy, and he's with and I want to say grandmama. So I'll throw that out there.
So you guys, whoever has Tom, Tommy, Thomas, little boy with his grandma, please let us know. Please validate for Les, because boy, as a medium, these people come through so clearly. And so we're doing our best to connect them with their people. So help us out here. All right. I just want to say, Sammy said, I absolutely love your blends, Michelle. Thank you, Sammy. And she loves Reclaim. Reclaim is awesome. So guys, if you want a personal recommendation from me, let me know. I'll be happy to do that. All right. Lisa. Yay. Lisa is stepping up. All right. So anybody with Tom, Tommy, Thomas. So let's see, Les. The one thing I read for Eve on recently, so I'm going to let you read for Eve if that's okay. We've got Corey. Thank you, Corey. So Eve is Les. Les, anybody else that you're feeling drawn to? Shar. Hi, Shar.
How about Samantha?
Sammy. Okay. So Les will do Sammy. Okay, I'm going to do Joellen and Lisa.
Which is good because I talk to Lisa's dead people all the time for her.
Okay.
So perfect.
let's do those four. So you're doing Sammy and Eve. I'm doing Joellen and Lisa, and then we'll come back. We'll circle back around and get the rest. Okay. So when you're ready, let's go and I'll.
All right. So I'm going to scroll real quick because I want to pull back Eve's beautiful picture. That is such a beautiful picture. So Eve, I have a woman in spirit here. She's not like, she's very, how do I describe this? She really doesn't want to come through per se because she's like a little on the timid side. She also, she just feels very feminine, like really, really feminine. Almost it reminds me of the, I'm totally blank, and I'm seeing her. She reminds me of an Audrey Hepburn type frailty to her, but you know, she wasn't frail. So, does that make sense for you?
Okay, everybody, come. Let's. I know there's a little bit of lag time when we're doing these, but we would love some. We would love some validation. Okay, so I'll go into Joellen while we're waiting to hear from Eve about this woman that Leslie brought through. So Joellen, so right away I'm seeing two initials. I'm seeing an M like Michelle or Mary, and then Eve says maybe her mother. Okay, so
so Eve, and she had said my mother's message, please. Okay,
yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Do you want me to keep going, or you want to go with Joe right now?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
So I get a very, very strong hit, Eve, from this woman that she is very, very adamant about you following your heart. Something's going on, a situation is happening in your life, and you're trying to figure it out from up here and not downstairs here. And I also want to tell you that you're not listening to your quote unquote gut instincts. So when you bring your gut instincts and your heart together, that's when you'll get the serious answer that you're asking for. I also have a gentleman with her. It feels like a grandfather energy, and they're both sitting on a dark colored, like red-ish, purple-ish, velour-looking antique couch, which is like totally, I don't get it, but that's okay. And now they look a lot alike. So I want to say that this is her father. And she's got beautiful white teeth. She's got a beautiful white teeth grin. So I don't know if she's known for her teeth or she was just really proud of this beautiful grin she has. So let us know from that.
Beautiful. Oh, I love that. Okay, and I just realized, hi, Corey, and hi, Jenny. I'm not sure if the two of you would like a reading. I put you down, Corey, but you didn't ask for one. I realized that. So we don't want to give you a reading if you're not wanting one. So please let us know in the comments, and thank you for that, Les. All right, so Joellen Gallant. I love your name. So I'm seeing an initial M like Mary and N like November. I'm also seeing the numbers 2 and 4. So that would be like February or the second of a month is pertinent to you in some way or the family in general in some way. And also 4. So the 4th of a month or April. Okay. I'm also seeing daisies, and these are like several kinds of daisies, like the white daisies. I'm also seeing like gerberia daisies of different colors. But one of these females that's coming through feels like they love daisies or you love daisies, but there's some message in the daisy. And then they're showing me the East Coast. So somehow the East Coast is very connected. And also like a celebration. They're showing me a celebration in the family that either just occurred or is going to occur. And it's not Thanksgiving. That's not it. It's something else, like a big birthday or an anniversary, something that's like a milestone type of thing is what they're showing me. So Joellen, that's a lot of information. Can you validate some of that? I would love that. And thank you so much. Okay, so Les, you're doing Sammy.
Okay. Sammy, is it you or someone around you that has something to do with horses? Something to do with horses, because I'm getting a beautiful chestnut, dark brown colored horse. Is absolutely gorgeous. I get the head bobbing. I've got the hoof pawing at the ground. So, and that's kind of where it sits, is with this horse. So if you could validate anything with a horse, it might be able to break something open. I'm also getting the month of November, which sounds cliche because we're in the month of November, but there's something going on with the month of November. With the horse, I also have like the Kentucky Derby and all the horse races. You know how they put the flowers, the wreath of flowers around the horse's neck. I have that. No horses. Can you go geographical potential? I want to go. What is Utah considered? Is that the West? I don't know. I grew up on the East Coast. So this is what I need you to do, Sam. Think about someone, and not necessarily you, could be someone that has passed that had something to do with horses or horse racing.
Potentially, she says.
Okay. It feels like the horse is with a male energy, and I want to America versus Ireland or Europe. So I'm not getting that at the moment because it is so zoned. This horse is so zoned in. But there is a male energy, and I want to go 2 generations back with the male energy. So that would be father, grandfather, or grandfather, great grandfather. So let me see if I can zone in. I want to go Ireland-ish. I also want to say that I see stone ruins, and I also see, it feels like very, I want to sing like the look of the Irish and that type of thing now that you brought that up. Michelle, you're picking up on this too, I can tell.
Oh no, sorry. I'm
Okay.
smiling about some other stuff that's coming through. So.
Well, that's the thing, because you opened it up to all these people. We got all this stuff coming through,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
So I also want to say is when Michelle and I are saying something, if somebody else can take it, please pop up and say, I can take it, because everybody's energy is commingling, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know about you, Michelle, but it's getting warm in my space.
Yeah, I totally concur, Les. It just got warm. So I want to say with Joellen validated. Mom and Nana are in February and March, and Daisy's are her mom's, connected with her mom. So that is absolutely perfect. And the message that's coming through, Joellen, is like, where are you not letting yourself have fun? Like what they showed me is when Leslie was talking earlier about going through the leaves and just like a kid when no one's watching, like where are you not letting yourself just enjoy and be in joy and be childlike? That's the message from your mom and your Nana, is like, just do it. Just, just have fun. Just have fun. Okay. So let's see here. Because I see something. Sammy said Ireland would be female energy, but horses make sense for a great grandfather.
Okay, so now you have to remember when you open up that veil that anything and everything can come through. So you can't pigeonhole it in a box. So I would say that, yes, that this is your great grandfather coming through, because I said 2 generations back. So being with the horse makes absolutely sense. And the fact that you have an energy over here on the Irish side that's showing me that, and then you have a grandfather and a horse on this side that had something to do with horses, it just means they're commingling their energies together.
Definitely.
Right?
Definitely. And then KTL says that it's weird because my grandfather used to take me to the horse races with him when I was about 4 years old. I really remember those times. Okay. So this can be a cleat-on, right?
Mm-hmm.
A cleat-on is when you get a message through somebody else's reading. right? We think about it as energy, and we want it all to be nice and compartmentalized. This person's coming through for this person. These people are coming through here. But sometimes it intermingles and mixes, and that's just the way it is. Sometimes what I have found as a medium is some energies don't want to come through by themselves, so they come through with other energies to give a message to their people that way. Okay. Yeah, and KTL says I've never seen that happen before, but it makes sense. It happens all the time.
All the time. Every time I have a private group reading, I just had one a couple weeks ago. There were 4 people there that had absolutely nothing to do with each other, but the messages that came through were spot on for all 4 at the same time.
Yep. Yeah. I had that happen to myself. I experienced this as a participant at a John Edward gallery reading. The people in front of me were getting a reading, and they could, some of the information they would go absolutely, and some they were like, no, all of it was for me. Everything. It was so specific. And I kept saying, I think this is my reading. And my guides are like, yes, but it's not for you to say it. You know what I mean? Like, it's not, don't take it, because these people need their reading. So know that we're coming through. This is us coming through to you. But, and I love this, because here's Corey Thorne, another brilliant medium. And she says all the time. And so, yes. Oh, and look at this. Lily said it happened at John Edward too. Oh, I love that. I love this.
Me too. Me too. I went to a reading with 50 people, and I personally know the medium, and she's throwing this stuff out, and I can take every single thing. She even said my sister's name. And I could take everything. And so she's like, so I raised my hand, and she looked right at me, and she's like, Leslie, I don't think this is for you. And I'm like,
yeah,
seriously? Yeah. So she went to somebody over there, and every single thing was spot on for my sister. So I just zipped my lip and smiled and knew it was for me.
Yeah.
I just knew it was for me.
Well,
but that's okay, because the other person needed to be singled out.
Exactly. And it's going to come, the messages are going to come the way they want to come, not the way we think or the way we're trying to control it with our human. Even us as mediums, we have no control over this. Our job is to just be the open channel. So, okay, Les, I'm going to do Lisa, but before we get to Lisa Fusco, we've got Lily, KTL, Corey Shar, and Lisa Pelkey. Who do you want from that?
Okay, let me, because KTL can take the horses and grandfather just as much as Sammy could. I'm getting the distinct impression that, I don't know if I'm supposed to tell you both this, but specifically for KTL, I know I'm supposed to tell you this, that you have much more quote unquote potential than you've ever given yourself credit for. And now is the time to get yourself in the seat and get yourself moving forward. It's time to take the blinders off and know that the potential that you have needs to be unleashed and unbridled. All right. So run with it, run with it, run with it. And I'm going to say that to Sammy as well. You need to run with it. That's specifically for Sammy as well. Run with it. All right.
Oh, and Leslie Swigert, we've got also. So, and everybody on here, if you haven't already, because we're streaming on Facebook and on YouTube. If you haven't liked my YouTube channel, please go do it. Michelle Snelling. It's super simple. But
there's my beautiful friend Alexis.
Oh, and Alexis. Hi, Alexis.
You know Alexis.
I do. And Alexis, I'm going to tell you, you're on here today. It's so perfect, because you must have been feeling my energy, because I have the most gorgeous chakra paintings from Alexis, and I'm finally ready to put them up. I've put them, like, they've moved. I put them, and then I'm like, no, I don't want them there. Then I put them here. No, I don't want them there. I finally know where I'm going to put them in Alexis. When I get them where they're going to be, I'm going to post about them and show you. So I can't wait for that. Anyway, Alexis is an amazing artist. So
she just lives 2 miles down the road from me. Did I ever tell you that?
No.
Yeah, Alexis, I've been to her place. We did an oracle card party.
How fun. Oh, I love that. I love that. So, all right. So we're saying that KTL, got the reading then, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she definitely got the end of the reading.
Oh, Jenny subscribed. Thank you so much. Okay. Alexis wants a reading. So we've got Lily, Corey, Shar, Lisa Pelkey, Leslie Swigert, and Alexis. So who do you want to take?
I don't care.
Okay. I just read for Lisa Pelkey the other day.
You just go, girlfriend.
Okay.
You go.
So I'm going to take Alexis. I'm going to take Corey. I'm just feeling who I'm pulled to. I'm going to take Lily. 1, 2, 3. So that leaves 1, 2. So you've got Shar, Lisa Pelkey, and Leslie Swigert. If anything else comes through KTL, I will let you know. Okay, for you as I'm doing this. So Lisa Fusco, we're here with you, Lisa. I hope you're still here. All right. So I keep seeing 3 girls. I keep seeing 3 females together, and I see them at different stages, like young, middle, and a little older. And I'm feeling who works with like in the medical profession or the medical field, and also on the computer. These might be 2 different people. And I'm seeing a 3. So that besides the 3 girls, I'm seeing March. It's specifically March. And also a change of jobs is what I'm feeling. Like, where is the change of jobs? And the message that's coming through is like the let go. Like we can't say let go enough. Like let go, let go, let go. And then let go some more. When you feel like you can't let go anymore, let go some more. Okay. So Lisa, I would love if you can validate any of that. And yeah, that's they're backing up. So Lisa, if you could let me know if that makes sense. And then oh yeah, thank you, KTL. I think I read KTL a while ago on the, I think it was the, can't remember when it was. Anyway, might have been my show with Lisa. Anyway, I don't know. You know how it is with mediums? Stuff comes in, we read, and then it goes out. We can't keep it all. If we kept it all, it would be insane. So we would be so full of stuff. So, all right. So Lisa, does that make sense? Her sister is changing jobs. Okay. Letting go is for me for sure. Thank you, Lisa. All right. Let me just show everybody those. My sister is changing jobs. Thank you for that validation. And then letting go is for me for sure. Thank you. All right. Okay. So KTL will email what I said and explain. That would be great. And then, so KTL, I'm going to say that you and I are just going to have our own private exchange. So I'm going to remove you from the list. So then that's not.
He's going in the drawer.
Yeah, I'm just putting you right here on the side, and we will connect. Please email me, and then we'll connect. All right. So who are you doing now?
I'm not really sure. So between Shar, Lisa, and Leslie, because I'm staring at their names and I'm just getting all kinds of stuff coming in. I mean, I've got a German Shepherd here that just wants to be acknowledged like no tomorrow. Okay. It's like one of those dogs that would sit and you'd scratch it and you'd put your hand down. They put their paw on your hand and make you move it again to scratch them again. And that's just like a game over and over and over. I've also got a gentleman here, and I want to say he was like back in a war, because I've got the military uniform, and I almost have like, it's not a Purple Heart, it's more like the Iron Cross medal on the pocket. So I have that. Can Shard, Lisa, or Leslie take any of that? I also have a small white poodle-ish type dog. It's not, I don't think it's a poodle because the hair's not super curly. But it's the whitish grayish kind of color, and it has that little flip to it. And I don't know if I'm frozen or the chat's frozen or anything's frozen.
Yeah, I don't think we're frozen. So everybody's
like trying to think. Psychic brain fart.
And bring in all of the validations for Les, because that was some beautiful, specific things.
And I also have someone has a birthday or a celebration coming up, and no, it's not Thanksgiving, it's not Christmas, it's anything like that. I've got a lot of balloons. Specifically, there's one big red balloon that is bigger than the others. I also have a cake, so I feel like it's a birthday and it's a celebration coming in. Nothing for me except my mom's dog is just about, oh, I'm so sorry, Shar.
Oh,
So sorry.
yeah. Oh, darn it.
And that's another thing that we have to add into the category of learning how to let go. And it's crazy because my ex-husband's brother-in-law just lost his horse a couple days ago. And it's like animal death and our animals that we love so much. Sometimes it's harder on us than people when people leave us, because we're their number ones.
Yeah.
We're their number ones. All right. So Leslie had an Australian Shepherd. So let me ask you this, Leslie. I said German Shepherd, but the markings and everything could be a little bit the same. But I want to ask you, is it connected to some gentleman or you connected to some gentleman that was in the military that wore a uniform? And he was pretty proud of his service because it feels like, because I'm seeing like scenery from battles. So I'm pretty sure that he was actually in battle. He wasn't one of those, hang out at the base jockey type military people that just kind of smooth their way through their stint and that's it. I mean, he saw a whole lot of hard time. He saw a lot of things that no one should ever see.
Goodness. Okay. Shar said, my son's birthday is next week, but we have nothing planned right now. Okay.
Well, that's okay. It just means that Spirit knows that there's a celebration. Spirit wants you to know that they know that something is coming up and to remind you that they're always around you. Do not be surprised if for some reason, somehow a red balloon shows up. You'll have to let Michelle or I know if a red balloon shows up. I don't know who this person is in spirit, but they're showing me a definitive red balloon.
I love that. Okay. And Tracy, hi, Tracy, welcome. Says my birthday is the 28th. So does that go with, whoops, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. My birthday is the 28th. So does that go with what you were saying?
Wait a minute. What is Samantha saying?
A distinct memory I have is from my grandma telling me about her uncle who earned a Purple Heart. So in a way that makes me think it's a brief hello message for me. Oh, I love that.
And Eve says my father was a fighter pilot and had a German Shepherd. Boom.
Oh, boom. Was the German Shepherd's name King? Eve, I love that. I love that.
And as she asked, I'm hearing it was King of the Castle.
Yeah.
King of the Castle.
Love that.
We think we own stuff. No, they own us and they own everything we own.
Yes. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and everybody keep typing. Maya would like a reading. Maya Davis. So Leslie, can you take Maya? And we'll keep
I'm like so confused here now. I'm trying to look at my list. Because it seems like everything I'm spurting out, multiple people can take, which I absolutely love.
But just keep bringing it then if you have more, and we'll keep.
Yeah, and so I'm just gonna let stuff blurb out of my mouth, and if you can take it, let us know. Is that a deal?
Right. That's perfect.
All right. Eve says he loved that dog.
Oh yeah. Jenny would love a reading if we have time as well. So Jenny, I'll put you on here. So I'm going to go because I've got lots of stuff for Corey, Lily, and Alexis. So guys, I'm just going to start going. So put your ears on, put your listening ears on and okay, Corey, I'm getting the initials S like Samantha or Sam, T like Tom, not necessarily those names. I'm just using those as reference points, and D like dog. Okay. I'm also seeing a truck driver, and this feels like a truck driver that sometimes is like a long haul truck driver and sometimes closer, but lots of traveling. And then I'm seeing the numbers 5 and 6. So May or June or the 5th of a month or the 6th of a month. And I'm definitely getting new baby energy. New baby energy. Now, this new baby energy, I feel like it's two things. I feel like it's an actual new baby. Okay. And I also feel like it's very much about you are ready to move in a new direction with your work. You're ready to go like, and it's like a totally new direction is what it feels like, Corey. I hope you understand what I'm talking about, but it feels very new. So the message is to ground into it and hold on. Like it's going to be very new. It's going to be very unfamiliar. It feels a little scary. Trust it. Okay. Oh, Corey, thank you. I love it. Her partner is a truck driver and she's going to be a new grandma. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
I love that. So I hope that that message about you're going to be doing your work in a new way, that's validation, and that, you know, trust yourself. And all your people are here to help. I don't know about all those, the S, the T, the D, and the 5 and the 6. I don't know what all that is, if that lands for you or not, but thank you, Corey. All right, Lily. I am seeing P's everywhere. Peter, Pete, something like that. Peterson, something like that is what I'm hearing. And I'm also seeing 2s. So this, I feel like it's February and it's the number 2. So where does the number 2 resonate with you, Lily? And then an anniversary is recent. So either in just like the last 2 weeks or coming up in the coming weeks of an anniversary, and it feels like a death and a wedding, both, or one or the other, both. I'm not sure, but I'm feeling both. And then, are you dating, Lily? This is kind of funny, but like, are you dating? Because I feel like you need to be dating. I feel like I see you on a website. I see you on some site. Like, I don't know if it's Bumble or I don't know what it is, but I see you on a dating site. So that feels really exciting to me. I love that. So can you validate any of that, Lily? I would love that. And then, all right, Alexis. So, let's see. Okay, just wanted to get settled. I wanted to let go. I got to spray a little bit, guys. There's so much coming in. There's so much energy right now. Les, do you feel it all? It's a little.
I am like, I hate to say this, but the pillow I'm sitting on is not nice anymore.
I get it. Woo! We need some coolness.
I'll tell you what, let me do something really quick while you're
Yes.
fanning yourself off.
Thank you.
So I just want to go back, everyone that's on this, and because we've had a lot of people join, and I just want to reiterate this little boy one more time because nobody's been able to take him. I have a little boy energy. He's been with me since earlier this afternoon. He feels like he's elementary school age. He feels like, and he's giving me more stuff. He walked funny. Now, I don't know if the walked funny is because he had something wrong with a foot or a leg, or he just liked to pretend that he had something wrong with a foot or a leg, but he walked funny. He was like the light of somebody's life. And I get like a T name like Tom, Tommy, or Thomas. So I'm just going to throw that out. And remember, it may not be someone directly related to you. It could be a friend, somebody. It could be a neighbor, somebody. It could be somebody that you know that they're trying to get the message through me to you, to them. So always remember that.
Okay, so Leslie, first of all,
I just saw that.
Lisa says Michelle's hot. Thank you. I appreciate that. And I mean, I know I'm not hot. I'm saying hot as a medium today.
Oh, you are hot, girlfriend. You are hot.
Oh, thank you. Coming through like fire today. So Leslie says, I have a 222 tattoo on my wrist. Sorry, I know it's not my reading, Lily, but it might be for you, Leslie. So let's take it, right? So are you dating? Are you on an app? Because this might be for you. Oh, look at Les Maya. I have a little brother named Thomas, and we call him Tommy. He's 8 years old, and he's in. Is he in spirit or is he living, Maya? Can you let us know about that? And Alexis. Okay, so here we go, Leslie. or Lily, sorry, you didn't let me know any validation. So Lily, I need some validation. Does any of that make sense with you? Does anybody have the Peterson? Maya says he's living, and that's okay. They can use living people to connect, right? They do that. Okay. So Alexis, I'm seeing an initial D and an initial C. So D like dog, C like cat, the number 8 and the 10. So August or the 8th of a month, October or the 10th of a month. And I'm feeling this tremendous amount of self-doubt, Alexis, about a decision that you're making. And you keep going back and forth. I see it. It's like the tennis ball, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So trust yourself, trust your heart, get quiet. That exercise that we talked about earlier of open-handed letting go, I would do some of that and see what comes. So Alexis, does that make any sense? Where are the people? Come on. Lily, I need validation or not.
I see Tom Cruise sliding in on the socks with Lily.
Come on, Lily. Vroom. Come on. Bring it in. All right. And then Lisa by Grace Go. I was wondering if she could have a reading, and we've got Jenny also.
Okay, I want to go back to Lisa Pelkey. You didn't read Lisa yet, right?
No.
Leslie asked, no problem. If it's yours, it's yours. It's everybody's. Everybody that can take it can take it. That's the new rule today. That's the rule always. Yep. Lisa Pelkey, if you're still around, let me know. I've got for Lisa Pelkey, I don't know what this is. I've got the number 27 or 27, February 7th, or something along those lines. I also have, immediately when I wrote your name down, I got a visual of sheep/lambs. So I don't know what that has to do with you. I also want to say that I'm getting the message that you need to let the storms blow through. You can't continue to hang on. And I'm seeing like the Dorothy of Oz thing where the curtains are blowing into, not out of, they're blowing into the room. So that tells me that the storms are coming at you and that they're not leaving you at the moment. So you have, and Alexis goes 27 is her number. So maybe Alexa, you and Lisa can both take something that the storms are blowing inward, but you have to know you have to let them blow right past you. You can't put that death grip on and think that you can control the situation and the circumstances, because that's never going to happen, because something new is on the horizon. So the more that you hang on, the less you'll achieve. All right. Once again, fall, let it go. Use the word no as a complete sentence.
Yes. And Lily, I have a question. So no idea on the P's. So the P or the Peterson, could that be somebody that's here currently or somebody you know? Because that P energy is not going away. And with your mom and dad married in October and then the birthday on the 8th, I appreciate that validation. And are you thinking about dating? Because I feel like you need to be thinking about dating. Just putting that out there. That's it right there.
You go, girl.
Okay. Now, Jenny, Les, do you want to do Lisa by Grace Go I?
Wait a minute. What is Lisa saying? I'm working on that. You're so welcome. And I have to tell you, Alexis, you have to work at that harder. You're still trying to hold on to what doesn't serve you because it worked for you in the past. It's not working for you anymore. You have to let it go. And as I'm talking, I'm sorry, I'm just jumping in here like this. So I apologize for that. But Alexis, as I'm talking to you, the veil is opening up. I have a female energy here. She has a very thick, heavy accent. So she's really hard to kind of understand. But she wants you to know that you need to stick your toes into the water as you've been doing, but now it's time to take a deep dive because you're going to start getting cut by the rocks. You've always been able to find your footing on the rocks, but right now you're into the area where they're getting sharp and they're getting dangerous. So girlfriend, you need to take a deep dive head first. All right. So I'm going to leave you with that. Alexis says she has chills. Okay. Thank you.
Love that. Perfect. Thank you, Les. All right. I felt drawn to Jenny. So we've got the last two, Jenny and Lisa by Grace Go I. because we got to get off. We've been on here forever. And Alexis, is anybody coming through with the initials, the D and the C? Because I just keep seeing those, and the 8 and the 10. So maybe we can talk privately. But anyway, so Jenny, I keep seeing a 12 and an 11. So that would be November or the 11th of a month, December or the 12th of a month. I'm also seeing the initial J. I feel like there are so many J's around you, and N. So J like January, N like November, just as an example. And then I keep seeing jewelry. Do you have jewelry that you inherited from someone or that's special that somebody gave you? It just feels like it's precious jewelry. And I keep feeling like you're stuck in the past, like you're stuck somewhere and you're not really moving through, and it's time to move through. Laura, yes, I'm sorry we cut it off at the last two right there. So let's see. Jenny says her son is Jackson and born in December. Thank you. Okay, does the jewelry make sense, Jenny? I would love to know that. Lily, I love Lily and her sense of humor. Maybe I will be dating Peter. I have no idea. All right. So okay, no problem. Maya, I thought we did do something for Maya.
I thought we
right?
did something way back at the beginning.
Yeah, way back at the beginning we started. Oh, you had a very important necklace that you lost, Jenny. Okay, I think this is you're stuck in the past with that necklace, losing it, thinking about it. It's time to let it go. Just let it go. You know what? There are things that we love. I've had this happen with so many pieces of jewelry that I love. When it's time for me to let them go, they go. And it is like the weirdest thing. Like I have rings that I have been wearing and I'm looking at my ring and I'm loving it. And then 5 minutes later, the ring is gone and I haven't gone anywhere and I can't find it anywhere. So it's just time to let it go. So let it go. And always when I let it go, something new comes in and takes its place. And it's beautiful.
Okay? Let me add to that also. And because I'm getting the distinct impression that it may come back to you.
Yes.
And I have to tell you, I had a garnet. My birthstone is garnet. I had a garnet and diamond bracelet that my ex-husband, when we were in a beautiful place in our marriage, had given me. And then I started having problems in the marriage and I lost the bracelet. I could not find it anywhere. Could not find it. And 5 years later, it showed back up when I was myself in a better place.
Okay.
And it showed back up under the floor mat of the driver's side of my car. And I had taken that floor mat out many times and shook it out. So you never know.
All right. So Corey, I have to say, Corey says, my grandfather was Peter Thorne, died long before I arrived. So absolutely, Corey. I was connecting with you and Lily right like at the same, so it could have been that. And Lily says, oh, I don't know if this is it, but just remember your ex left home February 1st or 2nd. Absolutely, Lily. And there's no accident that your parents came through with the birthday and the anniversary, and they're talking about dating. And that's the time when your ex left. It's time to rethink this. Like it's time for something new. It's time for you to have the partnership that you've wanted. Okay?
New life.
Yeah, new life.
New life. So let me go to Lisa real quick. Lisa Francis. Lisa Starr. Yep. She's such a star. She's so gorgeous. So Lisa, the one thing I want to say that's coming through loud and clear for you is I have an eagle, and I have an eagle circling over your head way up. And I'm not even going to go atmosphere. I'm going to go higher to stratosphere. And you have to know that you have to start looking up. You look forward as much as you can. They're telling me you don't look down, but you look forward, and that's perfectly fine. But now is the time to start looking up because this is your time coming. It's time for you to start shining. I don't know if you are doing or you're having someone do like an ancestry, a family tree thing right now, because I'm seeing the family tree with all the branches, and I'm actually seeing pictures of people halfway up. But I want to go like 4 generations back, and I want to tell you that you have a female energy. I want to say on your maternal mother's side that was like a big, and this is what I'm hearing, mucky muck. All right. She's a big mucky muck. And she constantly is sending angels and energies and the eagle eye to watch over you and make sure that you're following the path that you're supposed to be following, because it feels like she wants you to know that even though you might fumble a little bit, you know you've always been on the forward path where you're supposed to be. And why you're starting to question a few things in your life, she doesn't understand, because it's not true. That's a big thing I'm hearing. Whatever you're questioning right now, it is not true.
Ooh, I love that. I love that.
Much love and respect.
Yes. Beautiful messages today, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. I am so honored. I know Les is honored. We love to do this work. And don't forget, guys, we're going to be back next Wednesday doing this again, joined by Lisa Gunshore. So it's going to be.
I love what Lisa just put. Wowzers.
Yep. Wowzers. Okay. Love that.
Oh, you're so welcome, Lisa. Thank you, Leslie. Wow.
Yes, yes. Thank you, guys. Okay. And so let's tell everybody where they can find you and what you've got going on right now.
Oh, you can always just jump over to Facebook. It's totally open, so you don't have to belong to Facebook to be able to see my page. So it's Leslie J. Hoffman at Facebook. That's my my professional thing. I've got on Thursday, November 18th, I'm doing a full moon magic exercise and release. We're going to be doing chakra clearing, meditation. We're going to be doing, I do energy healing. So I'm going to do some energy healing. We're going to do all that. That event link is on my page. And then on November 23rd, once a month, I do this thing on a Tuesday night called Oracle Card Party. Imagine that. And everybody comes and brings their Oracle cards. Everything's through Zoom still right now. If you don't know how to read cards, it doesn't matter. You don't have cards, it doesn't matter. Everybody gets cards, multiple pulls. So we have a great time. It's all full of love, laughter, and hope and healing.
Yes.
So, and you can always email me at lesliehoffmanmedium@gmail.com, which Michelle has so graciously been scrolling.
Yes.
So thank you, everyone, for being here on, from my heart to yours. I absolutely thank you. Michelle, I love you so much, girlfriend.
I love you too, Les, and thank you. Thank you for joining me. I just want to give everybody a little insight into my stuff. So you can reach me, michellesnelling.com. Michelle with 1 L, Snelling with 2. I just want to remind everybody that I've got my sale that ends tonight. 22% off, celebrating my birthday, October 22nd. So get those orders in today, and I'll get them out within the next couple days. Time to stock up on all your favorites. And if you don't know what you need or don't know what you want, message me, Michelle at michellesnelling.com, and I will do a personal recommendation for you.
I love what KTL just said.
Yeah, about it being chaos. I'm also, my readings are also on special for this birthday celebration. So buy one, get one, 22% off. So let's connect. I've also got, I think I have one more spot for a group reading. If you want to do this for a group of people you love, to connect with the people you love, message me and I'll let you know about that. So thank you all. Love you so much. Thank you, Stacy. Stacy said happy belated birthday. And thank you so much. And I love you all. And we will see you soon. Have a beautiful Wednesday.